In my short video, I told you about the Daad Epos Mide scholarship, which is taking place at HTW Berlin. All right, here I'm going to take you through the processes, the requirements, and in case you are not going to apply for the scholarship or you don't get the scholarship, how much it will cost you to go through these studies in Germany. So stay tuned and let's begin the process. So the MAID scholarship, MAID stands for Master of International and Development Economics. That is the abbreviation MAID, what it stands for. About the program, it's a fully funded program for international students, especially students coming from developing countries. The application period for the program starting April 2025 ended last year. Now we're talking about the application program application for the program that will start in April 2026. It will be open from 1st of July to the end of August. So when it opens, you have 2 months to start the application and finish the application. All right, that said, we know that we have few months to July. So it is important to learn about what preparation you need to put in place in order to be ready when application opens. So let's go through the requirements of this scholarship and who is eligible for this scholarship. So the admission requirement, to be eligible for admission, applicants need to have obtained a first degree, let's say first degree. Applicants should have taken at least 15 ECTs as in economics. So basically, you should have sufficient background in economics and then a proof of proficiency in English. You can do this in two ways. For international students who were taught in English, you don't need to provide IELTS or TOEFL test or Duolingo whatsoever. However, you can get a confirmation letter from your university showing that you were taught or instructed in English language. That is enough for you. However, for applicants coming from non-English speaking countries who have not studied the undergraduate program in English, you have to prove by writing IELTS or TOEFL or any of the recommended language proficiency exams. Here we have TOEFL, we have IELTS, you have the certificate of proficiency in English, CPE, several of them listed here. So you go through, you check the requirement for writing this, and you choose which of them will suit you better. And the score you need to have all indicated here. So detailed information can be found on the link up here. Yeah, great. So let's go back to continue. As I have indicated, the deadline for application is 31st August for those who are seeking the Daad scholarship. So the fully funded aspect is covered by the Daad scholarship. We will talk a little bit about the Daad scholarship later on in this episode. However, if you are not applying to be considered for the Daad scholarship, then you have 1 month extra to complete your application, which is 30th of September 2025. And note that the studies will commence April 2026. So mind you, and put that into consideration in what you do. Application procedure, you should make sure to fulfill the admission requirement. Let's say what the admission requirements are. Okay, so I have already mentioned that you should have a recognized undergraduate degree with a sufficient background in economics. And then here they have additional requirements for degrees not obtained in European countries. But basically, in European countries, most of the bachelor's program are 3 years taught. But if you go to Africa, for example, the programs are taught for 4 years, mostly for bachelor studies. And they have listed that 3 years bachelor degree from certain countries here, Nepal, Bhutan, Mongolia, Miami, Philippines, and Somalia, are not equivalent to 3-year bachelors in Germany. So they should take note of it. And then comes the language proficiency. All right, let's go back. Here they have explained how they will score you on your application. Your cumulative grade point average would give you 40%. I don't know how they will distribute it for first class, second class, upper, second, lower, whatsoever. But yes, I think if you are first class, you probably scored a 40%. So that one you don't have in, you cannot do much about it. The number of economics courses taken. So if you fulfill the economics courses you have taken during the graduate studies, you score 25, giving you 65%. Now here is where you have the biggest control over. You are yet to write your motivation letter. So how your motivation would align with the program of studies, how you have prepared yourself, how your experiences, both professional and academic experiences, will make you suitable or the most suitable applicant is in your own hands. And this, you must master the act of writing motivation letters. I have seen that most of you do lazy job by asking ChatGPT to do the work for you. And after that, you don't even look at it and add your personal touches to what GPT or AI did for you. So here you must be very cautious. If I can detect a motivation letter that is AI generated, then be sure that the evaluators would also be able to detect that. So don't do lazy job, put in effort, craft a standout motivation letter that will guide, that will help you to meet the demand. If not scoring 35 or the 35%, you should be able to score at least 30%. All right. So again, we have talked about the admission requirement. The information I'm adding here, I'm just going through the salient points that would serve everyone better. All right. What are the application documents required to undertake this program? You need your bachelor certificate, transcript of record with your cumulative grade point average. If it's not in English or German, you must translate it. And then usually at the last page of your transcript, there is the explanation of the grading system listed there. The motivation letter, take note of it. It should be maximum 2 pages long. You should date it and also sign it. So what you do is that you craft your your motivation letter, and then you put the date on the top, or you can put the date below and then sign against it. So you print it, you put the date, the signature, you scan it, and then you can upload it. Here there is a resume required to be uploaded, and they have given you a format by which you should follow to fill your CV. They call it the Europass format. And then that one too should be dated and personally signed by you. Note, they do not provide the date on the template that has been given, so you must specifically put the date on it. Let's see how the Europass CV format looks like. So probably you can start from your profile, you can start from the Europa CV, and then you can create a new CV. So let's see if I don't need, okay, okay. So I probably need to fill in some information before it generates the CV for me. But I don't want to go through that process. I will reserve this for another video where I would definitely go through the various steps and teach you or show you how to design a fitting Europass CV for your Erasmus Mundus and DAAD scholarships applications. Okay. Yeah, so again, proof of your English language proficiency, and then you need a copy of your passport. Some of you are interested in studying abroad, yet you don't have passports. Get them ready by the time the application opens. And then you also need a copy of your secondary school certificate. That includes the date of graduation from the secondary school. For applicants from China, there are and India and Vietnam. Other requirements, I think you know what that means better. So yes, that is for you. And then on the Daad scholarship, if you are coming from developing country and have obtained at least 2 years professional experience since graduation, so this scholarship is for people who are already in related field, who are working in related field of international and development economics. It could also be governance and several others. You must have at least 2 years experience, professional experience following your graduation before you can apply for the Daad scholarship. And the full name is German Academic Excellence Service, but the Daad here is the abbreviation for the German expression of this. So in addition to the Master of International Development Economics application, um, please submit the Daad application form date signed. So you must go to the Daad website, go through the application requirement, application procedure, and then complete that one and submit. So you submit application for the program and also submit application for the Daad scholarship. We would also have another time to go through the application procedure for the Daad scholarship, since most of the scholarships I'm going to talk about these days will fall under one or more Daad scholarship programs. Thank you. And then you should also, the Daad checklist completed and signed. Apart from the application form, the checklist involves list of documents and information that you need to provide. So you must go through them, complete it, and then sign it. You also need a letter of recommendation from your current employer on official letterhead, dated, stamped, and signed. Yeah, that also shows that you have the prerequisite experience, at least from your current job. And then where necessary, certificate of employment from your employer or your employers showing that you have 2 years of relevant work experience. In countries like Ghana, we don't give certificate of employment, but we give employment contract, and it can state the start date of your work. So you can use that. Or under case, you can ask for a letter from your employer indicating that yes, you have been employed here for so and so period of time. Signed, you have been employed here for this period of time, and signed, stamped by your employer. That can also serve as employment certificate or certificate of employment. And then between your first graduation, your last graduation, and the day that you are applying for the program, you shouldn't have completed your studies for over 6 years. So the maximum should be 6 years. So if you are going to start in April 2026, your date of completion should be somewhere 30th September 2019. Yes. All right. So take note of this. Now, let's see the cost. So supposing that you are not taking for the scholarship aspect, what are you expected to pay? For a period of 18 months, you are expected to pay 2,500 euros, what they call service fee. And if you are accepted for admission, you must pay this by 1st December. And then fee per semester is 111 euros. So for 4 semesters, you're gonna pay 444 euros towards tuition fee. Here they have calculated living expenses for you between 700 to 1,100 euro per month, and the breakdown of the cost are here. All right, so in case you are not going with the Daad scholarship, this is for you. I have mentioned that I will talk about the Daad scholarship in general and the application processes, what is confirmation of employment versus letter of recommendation and everything. We will have another session on this, so take note. Who can also apply are all listed there. And for sure, international students from developing countries are eligible to apply for this scholarship. So whilst we wait for the application to be opened, I would advise that each and every one of you listening would start preparing your application document. Look forward for uh, the video about that scholarship so that it also guide you to prepare yourself to put in the Daad application as you wait to do the actual application to the Master of International and Development Economics. So I wish you all the best in your quest to study in Germany and on the Daad scholarship. I wish you success, and I hope that this video will serve you well, and one day you would also recommend to another person. Please don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. In case you need help with the application, you can always reach out to me for assistance in terms of revision of your motivation letter, your CV, whatsoever it is. My doors are always open to you, so make good use of it. Thank you.